Hey, I'm gonna play some Isaac. Let's see what we're doing. Seeing double. Okay. Well, things are gonna be a little different now. Not too different, but yeah. I've got all this stuff. I thought a little bit more about what I wanted to do with regards to the mods, and I decided, I want a little bit more variety, a little bit of quality of life, and there's no real reason for me to wait till the end of the file. I've already done a whole file. So I mostly just went through some of the most popular ones. Some of them are just cute or nifty, some of them are silly, like the chatty things, and there is the dance one, so just be aware that that's coming. Some extra, like, shopkeep things. We can change our costumes. It's kind of cool. Yeah, like, this might be... I think this is like a standard design, probably, but it doesn't look like it normally does. I think the more standard Keeper stuff might be reverted to like AV Plus graphics or something, but this one's not usual. Should have planetarium chances listed, but I don't see that. Maybe it's because of the challenge? If not, we'll have to look at that later. We've got purple pills, so they don't look similar to the gold pills. It's kind of cool. Amnesia. Hooray! Paralysis. Hooray! Tears down. Oh, I can see forever. That's a good one. Ew. And we've got external item descriptions now. I really liked the sort of pseudo ambiguity of trying to have to like figure out from memory and looking up what each thing does. But at this point, I've already played the whole game through already, and anything that I don't know the function of, either I'm going to, in all likelihood, look up, or I'm going to just kind of not know, and it's not going to impact the run a huge amount one way or the other for the most part. There might be some niche examples where that's not the case. For example, like a trinket that has some values that I really didn't know had some values that I might have just ignored otherwise, but then I'm just interacting with a part of the game I never interacted with before. That's kind of cool to interact with. More pills. We've got unique item pedestals based on the room and floor. It's kind of cool. Well, I think we've just had a great time here on the first floor. When it comes to the actual challenge here, if you don't know what's happening here, this is Seeing Double, where you play as Jacobinessa, And they've both got 20/20. So lots of firepower. And Esau has X-ray vision, so you get free secret rooms. Honestly, one of my favorite items that isn't on its own run winning. And the drawback of the challenge, as I'm sure you probably noticed, there's twice as many of everything. And by everything I mean the enemies that try to kill you. All the enemies that try to kill you. I'm going. All my attempts to min-max on this floor have ended in tears. And, you know, tears are a big help in this game, so it works out, I guess. No, how do I get this face off? No! What does this mean? All special... No! It didn't... This map's almost up. We've got a flatworm shopkeep big. It's funny seeing the enemies get cramped. And it's also funny seeing the rooms that are completely imbalanced. That you just, by extension, win. The goal is just the heart. So, even if you do get cheesed a little bit sometimes by all the enemies. Because let's be real, you've got about 1.5 times the firepower of a normal Jacob and Esau run, which already Jacob and Esau do have double the firepower normal, sort of, roughly. But Jacob and Esau runs are extremely hard. And yeah, you've got 1.5 times the firepower of that, because that's pretty much how 20/20 pans out in Repentance. And there's twice as many enemies as normal, so it still is skewed in the favor of the enemies, despite the advantages you have. X-ray vision helps a little, but it really depends on whether you actually find anything useful in the secret rooms, which is very much not a guarantee. You know, I like X-ray vision because I love secret rooms, not because secret rooms are game-breaking 100,000% of the time. You're welcome. I like the talkie shopkeeps. I turned off the silly shopkeep ones. I think I left the silly devil ones in. It's just I saw a Twitter plug in one of the silly ones, but like I think mods should be credited and everything. I do not remember who made it, so off to a great start there. But at the same time, like, I'm putting this on YouTube, I don't know who this person is. So I'm a little iffy on just leaving that in there. But plus they put in the option to turn it off, you know. I'm gonna give the damage to you. Gonna ignore the devil. It can't be that unintended to take out the Twitter plug if it's literally an included option with the enhanced mod menu. Compatibility. Also worth noting, we still only get one boss item for each boss. I don't think I've seen the curse room pedestal before in the pedestal mod. That's pretty cool looking. We'll give it to you because you got the effects. Or rather, you're who I typically give the effects to. Let's... Yeah, we'll just do that. There we go. More obvious bomb impacts on the floor is another mod I got in there. Well, this term's just silly, it's just the same thing. I shouldn't have any mods in that actually alter gameplay whatsoever, with the exception of, I think, if you have PhD and there is an obstructed pill, maybe you know what the pill is and can decide whether to bomb for it is an unfair advantage. I don't even know for sure that's a thing you can do. I saw it in like the Steam workshop comments, but maybe that got changed since then, but also it's just an incredibly minor detail and I kind of don't care that much. Also, you can go in the mod menu and turn off obstructed pill identities, but some of the convenience of this is not feeling like I'm getting punished for failing to remember a different combination of 15 pill colors every single run. Like, I feel like that's a pretty big benefit, so I like having that there, and it's very rarely relevant. Yeah. You wouldn't come at me while I'm in the corner, would you? Yeah, there's only one eternal fly on each of the poops, so this challenge is easy. Do you even know how to access the corner of the room? I have no idea. I was kind of thinking about this video game. This is good. And how I often wanna play it, but don't have the energy to record, or I might not necessarily feel like recording at the moment. Which, like, you know, I record this a lot, but even still, this game is just so good for stimming. It's just so good, it keeps my interest going. Dead guys have bills too, that's a horrifying thought. I'm gonna hope that's not true. All sales are final. Very fitting, considering I actually didn't mean to buy that. And I just wasn't thinking about where I was moving well enough. So I got some of the mods to make things a little more interesting for myself. And I did a few runs. I thought maybe the pills were doubled, but I think this is just a less common variant. What the hell? What are you? Health down, perfect. Gotta love it. It's beautiful. Alright, goodbye, Jacob. So I did a couple runs on file 1 to try the mods out and see about stimming with the game without recording. It was pretty fun. I think I worked out some of the kinks of some of the mods I got going. Yep. If there are any gameplay altering ones that I got at any point without realizing it, I will disable those as soon as I learn that fact. Unless I get them for that specific purpose, but I'm not interested in that at this time. You can get your health back. Like, maybe some custom challenges or characters seem kind of cool, but at least right now, don't want to do that. Maybe 5 seconds from now I will, but not right now. We're not doing so great here in the run. So I had a pretty good time with that, but an issue I had was that I had trouble just like having fun in File 1 because I really like that all the stuff is unlocked except for Character, but just there's no stakes. Like, I can try to do random streaks or Eden streaks or something, and maybe I'll try to get myself, like, maybe to care about that more. Maybe I'll try it a little bit more, at least, like, if I feel like it. But I just can't really bring myself to care about streaks that easily, you know? And it's the unlocks that really keep me going, that drive my passion for the game, that make me feel like I want to keep playing. Even if I've done the unlock before, if it's a file where I haven't unlocked it, or even if it's not an unlock, but it's just like a task or something that I've never done, that would work too, but it's hard to just come up with those on the fly. The little bonus conditionals and the randomizer are pretty cool, but then a lot of them are just like, don't use beggars or machines, or don't do self-damage. And you know, one of the things I love about this game is figuring out how best to work all those tiny little mechanics in each run. If I don't do that stuff, I'm having less fun. I feel like I'm just going back to a gameplay style that I had much earlier on, when I knew less about the game, except now I just know more about the game and know what I'm missing by playing that way. Yeah, like those keeper heads do not normally look like that in Repentance. I don't even know if they look like that in Afterbirth Plus. That's just my best guess as to why they look like that. Maybe it's a custom cosmetic. I don't know. At any rate, it's a consequence of either extra NPCs or chatty keepers. Don't exactly know which. I could maybe try doing File 2 off recording. Ugh. Like, maybe that could be fun. I might do that. I really might. Like, if I think that's gonna be more fun for me, then surely this pull will be good if all the other ones have been bad, right? That's how probability works, surely. Indeed. It's more important to me that I have fun with the game than do everything in a specific arbitrary preset way. So even if there's the possibility that I could do File 2 on recording as well, like maybe I won't even want to keep recording this game by that point. And there's other things that could maybe be fun, and That is a lot of text. It just pops up on the screen. It's very distracting. Oh dear. Like, maybe it would be a little bit easier for me to care about streaks or whatever if I was recording it, because, you know, then like, if I'm talking about it all the time, maybe that'll increase the stakes a little bit more. It won't feel like I'm just, raising numbers in a void, in a vacuum, just by nature of talking about it. BFFs is like a negative synergy with Sack Alter. Jumper Cables is good, but we don't have an active. I guess we'll just give this to you. And if I really wanted to, so I feel like this would probably be something I regretted if I actually did it, I could just delete file any of them if I wanted to start a new file on recording later. You know, just to start fresh. That's always something that is possible to do. I do not find dailies fun on the regular. Maybe occasionally, but I don't enjoy them, generally. I think the text gets a little bit overwhelming when you're playing as Jacob and Anissa, personally. But I think it's relatively unobtrusive for most characters, is the impression I'm getting. Goodbye, Yusel. And I feel like I can't really fault the mod creators for that, and not just because I can't think of a better way around it even, but also because it's too cluttered already. Even if you don't have any mods, even if you don't have Found HUD on when you're playing as Jacob and Esau, if you get an active item, a card pillar rune, and a trinket on Esau all at once, there's 3 things overlapping on top of each other in the bottom right corner of the screen. That's ridiculous. Like, if the actual team hasn't thought of a way to not make the text overwhelming with this character, I don't think the modders could reasonably be faulted for having cluttered text in the same scenario when it's a mod about adding text. Look at how much more things I have to say today now that I got these mods. That's kind of nice. Haha, meta humor. I am definitely seeing a lot of troll bombs. I can't think of why that would be happening. Surely it has nothing to do with my own actions and decisions. Blech. But one thing I can say is that I love the troll bombs, and they are my fated destiny, so I'm alright with that. Whoa. Then the thing about starting File 2 is I feel like it's probably going to be my best option for entertaining myself with this game while not recording. But even then, if I play File 2, I'm missing the stuff that I've unlocked on these files that I have more of a stake in, I'm just like, why do I not have any of this stuff? I've earned it twice over. And if I was in a different environment, maybe I'd be like, well, cool, let's get him back again. But when I'm just kind of playing to myself, it's just like, and I mean, let's be real, I'm playing to myself right now. That I'm not playing like specifically for people to watch. I'm happy, very happy for anyone who watches this and enjoys it. That's Peter Griffin, and I hate it a lot. I am going to consider removing this mod or disabling it, but we'll see if it pops up again and or how often. You know, the thing about additional NPCs is that they can be anything. They could even be a Family Guy joke. I have, like, weirdly more involvement in what I'm doing in this game when I'm recording. I kind of just care less when I'm not recording. If that makes any sense. I'm super, super happy if anyone watches these and enjoys them. That's a big part of why I do it, but I wouldn't do it if that was the only reason that I did it. Because I can't count on people watching it, and also this takes a lot of effort, so that would probably not be healthy to do all that. Well, sales are final, we'll see about that, buddy. That's right, I just sacked Spider Mod. What are you gonna do about it? Oh god, this was a mistake. No! I should have walked with both of them. That was so avoidable. But yeah, like, Twitch and YouTube for video games at least. Can't really speak on any other avenue. Yeah, let's just do this. I'm okay with that. Let's just do this forever, even. It's not something you should do, in my opinion, unless you're okay with doing it for free, and ideally if you're okay with doing it with no one watching. And, like, I prefer if some people watch. I think it's more fun. But I will keep doing this as long as I enjoy it for my own sake. I would not say that I am by any means primarily doing this so people watch or for people to watch. Hides the floor map, sounds great. Health down, sounds great. I'd say it's like, maybe 60-40 in terms of I just kind of want to do it. I just like recording, and I have more fun if I talk about it while I play sometimes. And like the idea of having a permanent record of it and being able to go back and watch it myself later if I ever feel like doing that. And then like 40, I like the idea that anyone else can watch it too. I hope that makes sense. I think it makes sense. It makes sense to me, anyway. Whoa. So, for example, like, if someone requested I do a specific thing, like in Isaac, I would strongly consider it. I would be very happy to take a suggestion, but it wasn't suggested that I record a bunch of Isaac. I'm doing it because it's just something I feel like doing. This is horrifying. What is this room? No! This was not designed for this. Ow. So, I think probably I'll at least try starting File 2, maybe, and see how I feel about it. Maybe. Probably, maybe, I don't know. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. But when I play it, I feel like I'm gonna be missing the unlocks, and I'm gonna be wishing that while I play it, it was recorded. And wishing that, I was, like, talking over it. But even if I was literally just talking to myself and or to Dawn while I played, like, even that would be part of the energy required just talking out loud of recording, so that would kind of be going against the point of having a file that I play without recording. You know, like, that's kind of a big part of it. But at the same time, when I play and I'm not doing it on this, I don't know. It's weird. It's a wibbly wobbly, wobbly, gobbly, or something. Kind of surprised we're still alive. But, I guess I'll take it as an indication that my autopilot's pretty good at this point. Because I'm sure as heck can't pay attention to every little piece of tiny minutia when I talk about all this. What? You have good pills? There's good pills in this pool? That's messed up. Illegal, banned, and for your consideration, indecent. Well, there's a red fire. That's the scariest thing I've seen all day. It's not the scariest thing I've felt all day, though. I had horrible, awful stomach cramps. And I was nauseous. So that wasn't fun. I guess we're fighting Mom, right? Was there two of them? I think there's two of them. Or, no, maybe this was the one exception. Yeah, I think this was the one exception. Even if there were two moms overlapped, you would still be able to see them bouncing around slightly unusually because of knockback physics. By now. Is this run gonna be a win? That would be really weird. Whoa! Remember that first floor where I took a bunch of awful pills? I remember. Remember those other floors where I took awful pills, but not as many of them? I kinda don't remember. My memory is not very reliable. Oh god. Well, I suppose this goes to you. Yep. And what? I did nothing, I swear. What's wrong? Why can't you? What? Alright, I'll unplug it and replug it. Ta-da! PlayStation 4. Yeah, I had a horrible stomach cramp, so I wasn't even sure if I should record, but I really wanted to. Oh god. You know, the funny thing is I actually did already start File 2 before, which you could notice from some earlier episodes, but I deleted it because I didn't get very far in, and I was just feeling weird while I was playing it. I was just feeling some kind of way, and the thing is, though, I was not done with File 1 at that time. Oop. So I did still have other things to do there. I've been done with File 1 for a good while at this point. Which also makes me a little bit paranoid that you having fun over there. Yeah, you're having such a good time. Okay. Makes me a little bit worried. This really shouldn't happen, but you know, it could. It makes me a little bit worried about... I would be annoyed if... I want them to take however long they need, I do, but I've got the emotions, you know, and I would be a little bit annoyed. Just personally, it would not be a criticism, it would be a feeling. I would be a little bit annoyed if I finished this entire File 3, where as much as I have been playing it and recording a ton, it still takes, like, way more. Oh, we're gonna die. It still takes, like, way more to do things on a file where I'm recording stuff than one where I'm not. If I finished that before the update comes out, I would be a little annoyed. Yeah, I've got an ice pack on my stomach to help with the stomach ache. Alright, well. Not gonna put in a second attempt there, because that could go really long. But that's honestly pretty darn good for a first shot at seeing double. Curse of the Tower or not, we made it through some dicey situations, and I want to say Curse of the Tower did help sometimes too, though it probably hurt more than it helped. Thanks for watching, see you.